When you're choosing a cutting tool for doing your sewing, one of the options that will be presented to you is a pair of sewing shears, and that's what these are. Now, the big difference between these two is that one of them is a pair of scissors and one of them is a pair of shears. A little nerdy fact, two roundy holes, those are scissors, a roundy hole and a longy hole, those are shears. So when I'm talking about sewing shears, what I'm really talking about are a pair of scissors, cutting tools, that are specifically designed for cutting nice straight lines. Anytime that you are working with fabric for your sewing, the cut edge is the edge that you're using to guide yourself. So the better your cutting is, the better your sewing will be. The better your cutting tool is, the better your cutting will be. So it stands to reason that sewing is really 90% cutting, in which case having a good pair of shears is of great use to you. So the big difference when you're shopping for shears that you're looking for, it's not even really the roundy versus the oblong hole. That's scissors versus shears, but that's not what's going to make a big difference in your cutting. If you think about the shape of these scissors, when you're trying to cut, you sort of have to like lift the back end off the cutting surface in order to really operate the scissors, just because of the way they function. This pair, on the other hand, have an angle to them that allows you to put your fingers in and really balance on the cutting surface there, right, as you're operating the shears, which gives you a better cut with more control. So what you're really looking for, should you be shopping, these are 8-inch bent-handled dressmaker's shears. They're made of stainless steel, and each of those terms means something. The stainless steel part means that each blade, each scissor, it's two scissors, they're plural, each blade is cast in stainless steel. They're nice and heavy, they've got a lot of weight to them. The bent-handled part, that's the shape here, that gives you a lot of control with your cutting. The 8-inch refers to the length of the blade. The dressmaker's part sort of goes along with that. A tailor's shear would be more balanced for a man's hand as opposed to a woman's hand, and they tend to have a longer blade, so the dressmaker part is with that, and the shear, of course, is the holes there as opposed to scissors. So when you're operating your shears and you're doing your cutting, we're going to put all of our fingers in to the oblong. This is not T with the queen. All the fingers go in together. We're going to balance the back edge on the cutting surface and leave it there as we cut. So you're going to open, open, open. See how I'm never ever losing contact with that back. I'm not lifting up like this. I'm really balancing on the cutting surface as I go. So you get really good control, which leads to an excellent cut. Shears.